Another wildly ambitious, slightly insane, and probably unrealistic building has been proposed by this architectural firm based out of Dubai. And to make this new concept even more interesting, it's supposed to be built literally around the tallest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa. Called the Downtown Circle Project, this structure would stand over 1,800 feet or 550 meters tall. It would be completely self-sufficient and sustainable, and the firm who designed it is saying that it would aim to create an urban center that gives back to the environment once it's built. A flurry of press was just released on this project kind of out of nowhere, and after diving into the details, I have kind of mixed feelings about the project itself and how realistic it will be to pull something like this off. In today's episode, let's talk about the Downtown Circle project out of Dubai. Even though this circle would surround the Burj Khalifa, it's not proposed to actually be attached to the Burj Khalifa. It would be a freestanding building all on its own. The new building would stand on 5 vertical pillars, each which presumably would house nothing more than a few elevators to get visitors from the ground up to the structure. And once you do get up there, it's a pretty massive structure in and of itself. The Downtown Circle has 5 floors, each which would offer housing space, office space, and retail space. This all seems like a fun concept and definitely looks cool, but I guess the real purpose behind this vision is to address the pollution and traffic problems that already exist out in Dubai. Because what this building would create is basically a city in and of itself, since once you're up there, you can live, work, and eat, so technically you wouldn't ever need to leave. To get around, they have these pods that help you travel around the circle in a railway type system. These pods, they say, will go as fast as 62 miles per hour, which kind of seems like overkill to me considering the entire circle is only 2 miles around. And the oddest part about the whole idea is that they propose to include what they're calling a sky park. This is a part of the building that offers a bunch of different natural settings and climates like canyons, dunes, swamps, waterfalls, and caves. When I first saw the headlines about this project, I've got to be honest, guys, I kind of rolled my eyes and wondered whether or not I should be making another video on one of these insane buildings that might not ever actually get built. But then I was like, you know what? Even though the majority of these proposals may never get built, there is some value that comes out of these firms who push the boundaries of design and really just make us all look at buildings from a different lens than we usually do. The group behind the design of the Downtown Circle project is called ZNera, or at least that's how I think it's pronounced, and they made the initial splash on their Instagram account when they posted 9 new photos showing the building from different perspectives and showcasing some of the different features and elements to the design. If you've never heard of this ZNera group before, that's okay, because I hadn't either. According to their website, they are a Dubai architectural office who works around the globe creating places that offer special spatial experiences. Their name stands for excellence in implementation and delight in experimentation, for the awareness of people in context, for realism and vision, and for practicality and passion. A lot of fancy words that they're throwing around here, but what all this really means is that these guys are designing wild concept buildings that kind of push the boundaries of conventional architecture, just like the subject of today's video, and then their hope is that eventually one of these concepts will get picked up by a developer and actually get built. If you look at the architecture section of their website, they have a ton of cool concept buildings shown here, primarily large commercial buildings, but there are a few residences sprinkled in here as well. I did a lot of digging, and I could be wrong here, but from what I could tell, this group has been around for about 8 or 10 years, and they've actually never even seen one of their projects come to fruition. I'm not sure how a business like this stays in business when all they really do is design a bunch of cool buildings to post on their Instagram, but if any of these concepts do get picked up by a big Dubai developer, ZNera stands to make a fortune. The real estate scene in Dubai and around the Middle East is fascinating, and there is no shortage of concepts just like this one that may never come to fruition, kind of like that Neom project called The Line that we featured on the channel a few weeks back. But even though some of these concepts are way out there and wild, we have seen some very impressive builds come out of Dubai over the past couple of decades, and we're sure to see some more over the next couple decades. I mean, we talked about the Burj Khalifa a bit today. This building has 160 stories. It cost around $4 billion to complete, and they finished this one way back in 2010. They have the Cayenne Tower, this corkscrew-shaped residential skyscraper that stands 73 stories tall. There's the Hotel Burj Al Arab Rob, which is a building that is standing on a man-made island and was the first hotel to have been considered so luxurious that it deserved a 7-star rating. And another iconic one is the Jumeirah Beach Hotel that's shaped like a wave. This hotel was opened back in the 1990s and it features around 600 ocean view rooms. A lot of people assume that all of this money being thrown around in Dubai is related to oil, but their economy actually hasn't relied on oil for quite a while. Nowadays, Dubai makes most of their money from travel and tourism, which is exactly what they aimed to do just a few decades ago when their development boom got started out there. I don't know if we'll see the Downtown Circle project ever come to fruition, but what I can already tell is that this project is grabbing the attention of a lot of media over there in Dubai already. And with around 38 billionaires living in Dubai right now, all it takes is one of them to say that they actually want to pull this thing off, and 5 to 10 years from now, we might actually see it be built. The only part I thought might be a bit tricky is exactly where they would place those legs around the circle building, since Dubai is already a pretty developed city, and I figured there wasn't too much land available for the feet around the Burj Khalifa. But it looks like they actually do have some empty lots available around here, so I'm assuming that the architects took this into consideration when they were coming up with a plan. If you enjoyed the episode today, guys, hit that thumbs up button down below before you go, or leave a comment. That really helps the channel out a lot. But that's all I've got for you this time. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, see ya.